News at 8 o'clock on Local 3. Some slick roads, and it is very cold out there as you head out of the house this morning. It is a Denver 7 weather action day for the ice and single-digit temperatures out there.
Yeah, you'll want to take it slow on the roads this morning, especially if you're commuting from the south or west sides of the metro. They got the most snow overnight. This is a look at I-25 at County Line right now, and we've just seen a lot of snow, ice, slush, especially on those overpasses and on-ramps right now, so be careful out there.
Yeah, a lot of slide outs that we've already seen in traffic-wise this morning. So we have our team spread out across the metro to help you navigate what could be a tough commute into work or school this morning. Let's start with meteorologist Lisa Hidalgo, because even though the skies are clearing, it is not going to warm up for us much today.
No, and right now we're at least above zero in most neighborhoods. This morning we were down to 7 below out at DIA, a new record low. We'll talk more about that coming up. And yeah, sky's clearing a bit, but we are going to be under a partly sunny sky. And with that, you may see a few flurries. There's even going to be a chance for a little light snow south along the Palmer Divide and up and through the foothills. Parts of Jefferson and Douglas counties, you might see a little light snow. We're going to be on the northern edge of more snow that's going to be down south and toward the Springs. Right now, 8 in Denver, 1 in Aurora, 1 below in Golden, and 5 below in Conifer, up there along 285. It's icy and it's cold. Your dog walking forecast, we're going to be at about 10 degrees here between 9 and 10. And then slight chance for, again, a few light snow showers, 23 by about 4 or 5. So it's cold today. It gets a lot warmer this weekend. We're going to double, even triple some of those numbers, it looks like, later on today.
And we still have a lot of problems out there. Getting better in some areas, like up to the north, where it's actually more blacktop, and that sunshine should help us out here this morning. Even if we don't see, any temperatures above freezing today, it's still going to be helpful for the morning drive. We've had problems like at Bellevue. That one's cleared up. We've had several other crashes between C470 and Castle Rock. Take a look from the quad split down there, and you can see down here at Plum Creek, it looks like the northbound side, that crashed before Wilcox is clear. Still some lanes blocked here on I-25 on the southbound side at Ridgegate. Still seeing some very slow traffic here at Bellevue, as well as across C470 over by Quebec. So you take a look at the drive times, and it reflects some of the slower traffic there through the Denver Tech Center, 225, C470. So it's much worse here to the south side of town than it is up here to the north side of town. The west side has been really slick, C470, 6th Avenue, and even parts of Highway 36. So it's not a great drive for a lot of us here this morning. Down to that south side of town, looking at some of those conditions, it's Veronica Acosta just coming off of the Park Meadows area, and then heading south, you're going to go maybe take a look at that Ridgegate crash.
That's exactly it. And we're coming up on Lincoln now. Take a look at these roadways, much better than they were really early this morning, right around 5:30. We were seeing this entire area just covered in snow. Now you see there are some lanes visible here, not as much snowpack. We are seeing the tiniest bit of slush as well. Of course, when cars end up merging lanes, you see them shuffle a bit because the roadways themselves, they still are a bit slick. The biggest constant we've seen all morning, those brake lights, they are coming on and off all morning long. Cars not going too fast. They're definitely keeping those speeds pretty low. We're only going about 25 miles an hour this morning, and that's been pretty much the average all morning long. Not too many icy spots, especially as it starts getting lighter out. But of course, you still want to watch out those roadways, especially as you start those morning commutes. Guys, back to you. All
right, thank you, Veronica. We know Denver 7's Jessica Crawford is doing everything she can to stay warm in these cold conditions out there, but a little taste of what commuters are experiencing when they're waiting for the train out there for their commute into the city.
Absolutely. So we have seen quite a few people actually making their way over here to the Florida station, a lot of them walking. So you know that they've been dealing with really cold temperatures as they've been making their way over here. Really here in the Aurora area, we're actually seeing a few more flurries than we saw about an hour ago. So still very wintry conditions out here. On the roadways though, things seem to be moving pretty smoothly. We haven't really seen any problems with traffic out here. The roads are dry and people are moving at kind of a bit of a slower pace than usual. Everybody just trying to make it to their destination safely. We do see one car kind of out to the side of the road. We did not see that car crash when we came here. It was already to the side like that. Definitely a reminder just to try to stay as safe as you can out here. And for those of you who are coming out here to wait for the train, or anybody who has to walk to work, please be sure that you are bundled up, maybe a couple of pairs of socks, some extra warm gloves, because while it is warming up with the sun out here, it's still not quite warm enough to be safe without those added extra layers of protection. Live in Aurora, I'm Jessica Crawford, Denver 7.
All right. Get back in the car. Jessica, thank you. The weather isn't impacting DIA as much as it did yesterday. According to FlightAware, there are 14 cancellations right now and 36 delayed flights. You can get 24/7 Colorado news and weather updates on your TV. Just download the free Denver 7 Plus app on your favorite streaming device.
We do have some breaking news from overnight and another tough story about youth violence. Police are investigating a quadruple shooting that killed a teen at an Aurora hotel. 3 other people were hospitalized. It happened at the Quality Inn off North Uray Street, just off south of I-70. Investigators are still looking into what happened, but they say there is no threat to the public. It is the 7th murder in Aurora so far this year. We know it's a challenge right now to find affordable housing across the state. There are some new proposals out there, both to alleviate some of the costs, but also ones that would make things more expensive, whether you're buying or renting.
So this morning, we're continuing our 360 in-depth coverage on the housing crisis. Today, we're looking at the debate over new rental licenses in Denver, a bill that would reward homeowners for renting out spare rooms, the rising costs of utilities for new homes, and the latest statewide housing sales report.
Landlords will soon be required to get a license for rental properties in Denver. The application window opens today. Licenses would be good for 4 years for a single property, but it will cost property owners to get one. $50 for single unit homes, but up to $500 for properties with 250 or more units. It would also cost $50 to submit an application, and that does not cover the cost of an inspection, which is required for properties that are more than 3 years old. The licensing program was approved unanimously by Denver City Council back in May. City officials say the program helps renters.
There's going to be people who are in a bad situation, especially low-income people, because they can't afford a lawyer. They can't fight the process to fight a landlord who is not being a responsible renter with broken heaters or water that's not functioning, plumbing issues. Well, now Denver has this additional tool to hold those landlords or property managers accountable.
However, the licensing proposal did receive pushback from industry groups like the Colorado Apartment Association and Denver Metro Association of Realtors. Owners of multifamily properties have until next January to get their license. Owners of single unit properties have until January of 2024.
Colorado lawmakers shot down a plan to pay homeowners to rent out their spare rooms. The bill would have set up a 3-year pilot program to provide a $500 incentive payment to homeowners 55 years old and older who rented space in their home to someone else for at least 6 months. The bill would have cost the state up to $2 million. It failed in committee this week. Critics are warning about a natural gas plan that they say could make new homes in Colorado even more expensive. Colorado utility regulators are considering shifting the cost of building natural gas lines to the home builders. Right now, those costs are spread out among existing ratepayers. While it would make building a home more expensive, regulators hope it would push people away from using fossil fuels and instead turn to more environmentally friendly options.
The new statewide housing sales report was released overnight, and it has good news for sellers, but it is still a tight market for buyers. Median home prices hit a new record of $555,540. Again, this is statewide, according to the Colorado Association of Realtors. That's up nearly 20% year over year. Statewide, there were nearly 6,400 new listings in February, and that is down about 10% from a year ago. While some homes are selling quickly, experts say it's still a good time to buy.
Yes, there's more competition. Yes, they have to give up a little bit more concessions than maybe they did in the past, but it is still possible to buy a home right now at all price points. In our office, we've had as low as $200,000 transactions and as high as $14 million transactions go on just this year. So they occur. It is possible to get a home right now.
And as you heard him mention, there are a wide range of prices across Colorado. The Association of Realtors says in Durango, the average sales price in February hit just under $1 million. In Pueblo, the median price just crossed over the $300,000 mark. Lisa.
14 million. I want to see that one. It is a Denver 7 weather action day, still in effect here for the next hour or so. We're going to pick up more snow down across parts of southern Colorado later today. Winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings remain in effect until early tomorrow morning. We're going to be just on the northern edge of that chance for a little bit of snow here in town. We'll take a closer look at that on our Futurecast coming up.
Take a look at the drive on northbound I-25 as we're passing Ridgegate Parkway right there by the Park Meadows area and Skyridge Medical Center. You can see we have a crash blocking up the left side of the highway. Look how much snow cover is still in the right lane compared to some of the other lanes, but it's still really slick out there, including down in Castle Rock and across C-470. We'll take a look at all the road conditions for you coming up in the travel times in just a minute.
We are getting a look at how high prices are still rising across the country. The just released inflation numbers coming up.
And gas prices are soaring because of the Russia invasion of Ukraine. Why discount stores like Costco sell gas for so much less? Before we head to break, here are some great photos from across our state. You can play this live Zen stream on your TV anytime on the free Denver 7 Plus app for Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, or Android.